Hello, good evening everyone. Welcome po sa ating review session on numerical reasoning for our mock test discussion part 1. So thank you very much po sa mga paghihintay po ninyo at hindi po tayo nakapag-umpisa. So sa mga kakaduhin lang po or hindi po ninyo na-share yung inyong location for tonight, kindly share po kung saang area po kayo ngayong gabi. So we have here from Nueva Vizcaya Region 2, North Cotabato, Maguindanao del Norte. Oh, Sultan Kudarat. CDO, ayan. So, meron din tayo. Good evening po sa inyong lahat. Cotabato and si Ma'am Montaser, Andelabig. Yes, sana nga po hindi po tayo maputol ngayong gabi. Ano po. So, hopefully wala pong issues on signal. I think the whole Visayas region is experiencing some signal interruption on sa mga Wi-Fi po namin. And to be honest with you po, I personally am having some technical difficulties at the moment. What's happening po is I cannot present using the usual way. I am having some technical difficulties yun po at the moment. So, pagpasensyahan nyo na po kung medyo awkward po yung presentation ko for tonight. Yung iba pong pag-present ko ng solution may not be perfect because I'm using medyo iba po yung ginagamit ko na file ngayong gabi. So, hindi po siya yung usual na ginagamit ko. So, some things may not be as clear as they should be. So, kindly bear with me. Naapektuhan din po tayo ng mga signal issues natin. So, ayan po. Medyo low-tech po ako ngayong gabi. So, hopefully, hindi naman po siya masyadong hassle sa ating lahat, right? So, ayan. Okay lang po kung hindi kayo member, you will still have access to at least the first hour of our session. So, I am hoping that most of you, especially our members here, have already taken the mock exam. So, as I am always saying, when you're taking the mock test, please situate yourself as if you're taking the actual exam. Nakatake kayo ng seats ninyo, meron kayong scratch papers, meron kayong pencil, and parang you're sort of putting yourself into the situation na po yan. Yes, Ma'am Sharena, I can see your comment. So, medyo may delay po pala yung mga comments ninyo. I will not be able to see them live. So, wag na po kayo magulat kung medyo huli po ako nakakapag-reply ng mga comments ninyo. That's normal when we are doing this one. So, just an update po sa ating schedule. This might be a little bit different than what we have. Ito po kasing schedule natin dito. This was the original schedule I shared with you. Pasensya na po, may problem po ako ngayon sa presentation. This one, of course, is August 5. And then, yung dati po kasing nakasulat doon sa ating schedule is this is supposed to be August 13, but it's actually supposed to be August 12. So it means we're going to meet this evening, Saturday, and then our last session on the mock test discussion is going to be next Saturday. So, I hope you could understand. May handwriting po. Meron po tayong mga issues. So, without further ado, umpisahan na po natin para po makapag-prepare tayo. Please have your scratch papers with you. Reminder, wala po sana tayong calculators because in the actual civil service examination or letman kung kukunin ninyo, wala po tayong access sa mga calculators. So, what we would have is only scratch papers in front of us and whatever we have right there, right? So, the very first item that we have here is, for each of the following items, choose the correct answer from the choices given. If the answer is not in the choices, please choose 5. Ayan. So, let's have the first item here. So, if you do have an answer, please write here in the chat kung ano po yung inyong answer dito. So is it number 1, item 2, item 3, or item 4? And of course, if your answer is not in the choices, kindly write po yung 5. Ayan. So again po, medyo may delay po yung comments ninyo dito sa aking screen. So as soon as you have your answer, please post po agad para makita po natin. Ano po? Ayan. So we have Zyrene Mainot. Ayan. And one of our Facebook users, may mga nakapag-post na po ng ating solutions. Patingin nga po ng solution natin. Oh, please don't write the answer na 49 ganyan. So 49 is option 4. So you write item number 1 and then the dot and then the option number. Is it option 1, 47, option 2, option 3, or option 4? So ayan, quite a lot of you are actually posting your option 4. So the correct answer here is indeed, paano po ba ito sinasolve? Anyone? Meron po ba kayong idea kung ano po yung system natin dito? How do we know kung ano po yung answer? Pa-share po ng ideas ninyo. Bakit kaya lahat po sa inyo, ang sagot ay 49? So, marami po usually mga ganitong klaseng mga items, yung mga finding patterns in a number series. So, what does it mean? Ayan po. This is, according kay Chelmich, one of our Facebook users, unfortunately, hindi po lumalabas yung pangalan nyo. That is 7 squared. So, for a 7 squared, what is happening here is you are having the first one here, sorry, let me use this one. Okay, so this is 1 squared, this is 2 squared, this is 3 squared, that's one pattern. 16 is 4 squared, 25 is 5 squared, 36 is 6 squared. So we expect that the next number is 7 squared. That's one way to see the pattern. So 7 squared. Another way is seeing this as an arithmetic sequence. Yung sa nagtatanong po sa mock test, I think 81 po, starting po sa math natin. So item number 81. So pwede rin po ito na adding certain numbers. Yun po yung arithmetic sequence. So, pwede rin po siya. It's possible that you are seeing an arithmetic sequence and not the squaring of numbers. So, plus 3 dito. And then you will have plus 5. And then you will have, the next one here is, iba naman yung ina-add natin. So, sometimes it's possible for you to see different patterns. But for as long as you are not violating any rule, you can still get the same correct answer. So for item number 4, the correct answer is indeed item number 49. It doesn't matter kung medyo iba po yung nakita ninyong pattern. Ang importante po, pareho pa naman pong tama. Ayan, so it's nice to know that quite a lot of you are getting the correct answers. So let's take a look at the next item. Supply the missing number. Ito, this is patterns pa rin po. So kindly write the item number 2 para po, dahil may delay po kasi yung comment from Facebook and YouTube bago siya lumabas dito sa StreamYard. So para po, I am aware kung anong item po yung sinasagutan ninyo. Ayan. So item number 2, please write 2 dot and then your option number. Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? No need na po ninyong ilagay yung actual na sagot. So just the item number and the option number. Pwede po ba nating ma-share yan? Ayan. So for item number 2, what do you think is the answer here? And may I know kung bakit yun po yung sagot natin? Merong, ayan. Yes, shall we? This is 81 and above. Yung ating pong numerical reasoning starts at item number 81 until 100 doon po sa mock test. So I'll just revise the item number in the second portion doon sa ating next week natin na discussion. Okay po? Oh, item number 2, medyo iba ba? Ay, hindi, pareho. Okay, sige. So what's the missing number here? Ano po yung nakikita ninyong pattern? Meron po ba tayong nakikitang pattern? Actually, medyo mahaba yung nakalagay na numbers dito. So you might be a little bit confused on how certain things are done. But what should be clear here is sometimes patterns do not just exist na linear siya, na what you have in the left is magkakasunod talaga. Sometimes there are certain patterns na clusters siya. Like for example, dalawang numbers, groups of 2, and sometimes it's also groups of 3. Like this case, this is a group of 3. So this is the first group. That's 279. Your second group is 3, 8, 11. Your third group is 4, 9, 13. And then your fourth group is, ayan. So clusters of 3 po siya. So one way is for you to see a pattern na you always start with 2, 3, 4. So we can expect this one to be 5. Ayan. And then another din po that could support this pattern is if you are seeing that if a-add po ninyo itong dalawa, you get 9. Add the first 2 digits of a cluster, you get the next number. Add the first 2 digit, and you get the third number. So what do you add to 10 to get 15? Ayan. So what is this? This is saying is usually there are a lot of patterns existing. So if you could find multiple patterns supporting a certain answer, chances are yun na po yung hinahanap nating sagot. Ayan. So it's good to know na quite a lot of you are getting the correct answer. So let's take a look at item number 83. Please make sure na check po ninyo yung sagot ninyo doon sa may mock test para makita po talaga natin kung ano po yung score ninyo if you are taking a test na very, very similar na po yung setup doon sa actual na kukunin nyo exam. So now, on item number 3, what is 12x plus 17 if 2x minus 7 is equal to 21? So please write item number 3, a dot, and then your option number. So pakilagay lang po niyan. So I'm just seeing an answer here from one of our Facebook users. Pasensya na po, hindi po lumalabas yung pangalan ninyo dito sa aking screen. But one of our Facebook users is saying that item 83, the answer is option 1. Si James yung pag-pronounce ito, Mr. Natividad, 185 yun daw. So this is algebra, right? So what you need to do for algebra is you just have to solve it explicitly na lang. So let's try to do that here. So we are given this. We use this to solve yung first item dito, yung 12x plus 17, right? So what we do here is we have to extract muna yung x, right? So in order for us to do that, anong gagawin natin? Whenever you're encountering algebraic problems, remember that everything that has a variable has to stay on one side. Lahat ng walang variable, lipat niyo po sa kabila. So yun lang naman po, may variable one side, walang variable, lipat. So it means we have to transfer negative 7 to the other side. So transpose daw, kumbaga. So how do we do that? If you're going to do that, I'll just write it here. Pasensya na po, I can't write properly kasi wala po yung aking, I cannot use my device now. So please bear with my fast, ugly writing here. So what do we do here? Yung negative 7 po, kung ililipat po natin siya doon sa kabila, because it's crossing the equal sign, it will have to change into a different sign. So yung minus 7, nagiging plus 7. So what we have here is 21 plus 7. So we expect this side to be 28. Now you have 2x is equal to 28. And of course, we really have to look for x. So to isolate x, paano ba makakancel yung kasama ni x? Kasi gusto natin si x lang. So in order to cancel a multiplication, we need division. So we need to divide both sides by 2. And we end up getting x is equal to 14. And now with that one, we should be able to solve the item here. So this is now 12. Palitan po natin yung x with 14. And of course, plus 17. And you should indeed get. Ayan. So the correct answer po is indeed option 1. So marami po sa inyo nakakakuha niya. Ayan. So isang Facebook user po natin dito. Pasensya po, hindi po lumalabas yung pangalan nyo. Nakasolve po siya ng ating mock exam dahil sa tutorial. Thank you very much. And yun lang po yung kailangan natin. Sipag lang po talaga at syaga in reviewing. And then you would be able to perform well in the exam. Kailangan po kasi sa math ng practice. Yun po siya. So, patience lang po. Tsaka, work hard because kung deserve nyo po talagang pumasa, makakapasa po kayo. So, dapat you have to give the work na deserving din naman ng passing score na yan, right? So, hard work lang po tayo. Habang nagre-review po, review rin po tayo. So, take the time to really answer exercises. Sa mga medyo bago pa lang po dito sa ating review, you may still have access to previous videos, so keep practicing po. Tapos i-pause po ninyo bago po ako magbigay ng answer. Tapos i-try niyo pong i-solve on your own bago po kayo makinig sa solution. Kasi we need to expose you to many different types of solutions, many different types of problems, and you have to practice that para po pag masanay kayo, then hopefully you will be able to get, malalaman na po ninyo kung paano niyo siya how to deal with it when you encounter a similar problem in your actual example. Ayan. So we are seeing some answers for item number 4, which are mostly option 2. So ano nga bang meron kay option 2? Bakit ang dami-daming sumasagot kay option 2? Matingnan nga si option 2. Okay, so usually when I'm answering something like this, I would recommend that may mga scratch papers po kasi kayo. So write your answers down. So you have 275 and then 399, 325, 461. Huwag po kayo mag-hesitate na i-itemize. Sulat niyo po talaga siya para po makita niyo siya ng maayos. Ayan po. So, what we can do now is, kung medyo nagmamadali po kayo, kasi remember, minsan po, we really have to be very, very conscious of the time dahil masyado marami po kayo kailangan sagutan. So, look to the last digit. So, what I do here is last digit muna ako. So, 5 and then 9, that gives 14. So, magsusulat na ako ng 1 dito, carry 1, tapos 4. 4 plus 2, sorry. Sandali lang po ha, mali po yung sinulatan ko. Asan yung eraser dito? Ayan. So, 4 na po ayun, di ba? 4 and 5 gives 9. 9 and 1 gives 10. Another 1 here. Okay. So, now let's proceed to the second layer. Yung second layer ko po ay 1 plus 1 plus 7. So, this is 9 already. Plus 9, that's 18. So, may 1, carry 1 na ako dito, tapos 8. 8 and 2 is 10. So, may carry 1 na naman ako dito and 0, tapos 6. Ayan. So, ano na po yung digits natin kanina? Yung last digit po natin was a 0. Tapos yung 10th digit po natin is a 6. Tapos ayan na po yung mga carry natin. Now, let's proceed to your first digit. So, what do we have sa first digit? That's 1, 1, and 2. So, 4 na. Plus 3 is 7. Plus 3 is 10. So, may carry 1 na naman. 0 plus 4. So, yun na siya. 4. Tapos, may carry 1 dito. So, we expect this. So, depende na po sa inyo kung saan po kayo comfortable na mag-answer, kung anong way po, kung kailangan nyo pong isulat talaga in layers, or pwede rin namang tingnan-tingnan nyo na lang ay makukuha nyo na rin yung answer. Whichever is the fastest and most efficient for you, yun po yung gawin ninyo. Hindi nyo po kailangang sundin yung method ko. Ang importante po na iintindihan po ninyo yung solution and kaya po ninyong marating yung correct answer. Comment ko lang po sa mga nag-a-answer ng B. So, minsan po, yung choices natin sa Civil Service and Let is 1, 2, 3, 4 at hindi po A, B, C, D. So, please be very, very vigilant kung ano po yung dapat ninyong isagot sa actual test. Depende po sa options na binibigay. Ayan. So, huwag po nating ipilit kung wala sa options. Ano po? Alam niyo po yung minsan, ito lang yung binibigay mo tapos hinahanapan ka ng bagay na hindi mo naman ino-offer. Yon, parang ganun po yun. Yun po yung feeling na yung option ko ay 1, 2, 3, 4 tapos sasagutan niyo po ako ng A, B, C, D. Ayan. May mismatch po yung binibigay ko, yung hinihingi ko pala sa binibigay ninyo. So, ganyan. Ibig sabihin, hindi tayo magkakatalon yan kasi may mismatch. So, make sure na nagmamatch po yung answer natin sa ating options. Paki-post po ng inyong answers and option in item number 5. Okay, item number 5, I'm just seeing a few pa lang. We have si Lauoy, Jamie, si Dicky, and one of the Facebook user na hindi po lumalabas yung pangalan. Pasensya na po. Si Miss Marjorie. Oh, okay. Sige. So, most of your answering, may sumagot ng 3. Okay, let's see. So, ito po. Remember po natin yung PEMDAS, right? Ano nga po ulit yung PEMDAS? Sulat ko lang po ha. Hindi po kasi lumalabas yung isa kong presentation. My presentation is supposed to have this. I'm sure alam niyo na po what PEMDAS stands for. But there are certain ways po na certain rules po that you have to follow. It's not just PEMDAS. Of course, you have your parenthesis and then you have your exponent. But your MD, your multiplication and division are of the same level, whichever comes first from left to right. So, hindi po always na M before D. It can be D before M. Depende po kung sino yung naunang nag-appear from left to right. The same thing happens for AS. It's not always addition before subtraction. It can be subtraction before addition. They are interchangeable, whichever comes first from left to right. So, si P tsaka si E, si P talaga yung nauuna. Si E talaga yung nauuna. Yung pangalawa pa lang. Pero yung MD po, yung nagtatanong na Facebook user, yes, Facebook user po yung lumalabas. So, MD, interchangeable whichever comes first from left to right. And then yung AS, ganun din po, whichever comes first from left to right. I wouldn't worry so much about AS kasi actually yung addition and subtraction, kahit alin po yung unahin nyo, okay lang. Ito lang namang MD, yung kailangan po ninyong ang ingat-ingatan. Kasi ito, kapag binaliktad nyo, minsan nag-iiba po yung sagot. So always remember, yung MD, hindi laging nauuna si multiplication. Depende po kung sino yung nauna sa process, from left to right. So multiplication and division are interchangeable from left to right. Keep that in mind. MD, MD. Okay? So bakit po paulit-ulit yan? I deliberately chose this item kasi gusto ko po talagang i-emphasize yung ganyan. Na kailangan makita po ninyo yan para at least kung magkamali man po kayo, dito na lang po sa mock test, huwag na po sa actual exam. Ano po? So we start with inside the parentheses and we should get 10 here. Okay, so patuloy ko lang po yung iba. So we have 23 minus 10. Ayan po. You could still have a parenthesis here or not. That doesn't really matter much now. Plus, eto na. 6 divided by 3 times 2. So if nasanay ka sa PEMDAS na akala mo si M lagi na uuna, you might do 3 times 2 first, which would be wrong. Kasi it's 6 divided by 3 times 2, dapat po unahin natin si 6 divided by 3 because multiplication and division is from left to right. So this should give us 2. And then, meron pa po tayong times 2 dito. Ayan. So then, we now take a look at the process and what should happen next. So meron po tayong subtraction, addition, multiplication. Ito na naman po yung uunahin natin. So we would end up getting 4. So meron po tayong 23 minus 10 plus 4. And that should give us, ano po yung answer natin sa item number 5? It should be option 1 po siya. So if you did this item, pag iba po yung ginawa ninyo dito, medyo iba rin po yung magiging sagot ninyo. So be very, very careful with PEMDAS. Ayan. So let me see, kanino nga ba yung medyo marami din naman yung nakakakuha ng correct answer. Let me see yung answer ni Rainer. Okay, ayan. So Rainer, careful tayo ha. Yung 6 divided by 3 times 2, dapat hindi mo unahin si 3 times 2. Unahin talaga si 6 divided by 3 because division came first before multiplication dito sa may order of operations natin from left to right. Ayan. So, sinadya ko po talaga gamitin yung ganyang item para ma-emphasize po siya. Ano po? Okay? So, Let's take a look. If you still have questions and clarifications, pwede pa rin naman po natin yung balikan mamaya. And we could also, so may nagtatanong po yung ng paano. Again, PEMDAS. Yung MD po, pwedeng ma-interchange. Pwedeng nauuna pwedeng PEDMAS, pwedeng PEMDAS. Yung iba po nakakaintindi na pwede na po kayong mag-post ang answer niyo sa item number 6. Yung hindi pa po, makinig lang po muna. So, PEMDAS or PEDMAS, both of them, pwede po ninyong gamitin. Tandaan nyo lang po na kung meron kayong multiplication and division at the same time, tingnan nyo po yung sino yung nauna from left to right. Yung sa item po kasi na binigay ko, nauna si division bago yung multiplication. That's why yung process po niya, unahin nyo rin po si division. Kung sa order po niya ng pagkakasulat from left to right, nauna si multiplication, unahin nyo rin po siya. So, ganun po yun. Okay? So if you're still getting confused, you could always get back to that later and I have no problem in repeating. Kasi yung iba po sa inyo are still posting pa naman yung answers, okay? So ayan, can we have more solutions po for item number 6? Yes, hello Ms. Paravic, good evening. Ayan, so ito si Ms. Shawi Darimbang is actually posting a lot of help here on how to make sure that your tawag dito, yung inyong name po ay lumabas dito sa StreamYard kasi Facebook user po yung nakalabas dito sa akin. Ayan. So, the remainder is 3. Ito. Unfortunately, nasa kabilang nasa kabilang presentation ko po sana yung dito. But for this item here, I'd like you to recall your divisibility rules. So, I shared, I think, kailan ko ba ginawa to? I think this was session 2. Yung second na numerical reasoning discussion po natin, I shared with you yung atin pong image on summary of divisibility rules. So if I were you po, paki-review lang po yung divisibility rules, masasearch niyo po yan sa Google. So makikita rin lang naman po ninyo yan. Pero yung kailangan niyo pong alalahanin is dito, ano po yung divisibility rule ng 9? So let's have a run through first. Divisibility rule of 1, walang problema, everything is divisible by 1. Divisibility rule by 2, wala ring problema. Basta even yung number is divisible by 2. Divisibility rule of 3, dapat i-add nyo po lahat ng digits and it should be divisible by 3. And so on. Ganun po. Yung mga divisible by 5, it should end with 5 or 0. So, paki-recall po, paki-review po yung divisibility rules. Now, can anyone give me, ano po yung divisibility rule ni 9? How do we know that a number is divisible by 9? Anyone? Meron po ba nakakaalam dito? So the divisibility rule of 9 is that it should be, when you add the digits, your answer should be divisible by 9. So 2 ways to answer this. One way is the longer way, which is manually divide 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, divide niyo po sa 9. You can do that. However, that is time consuming. So you can remember the divisibility rule that para malaman niyo po na divisible siya by 9, add all the numbers and dapat yung answer po ninyo ay divisible din by 9. So ano pong gagawin natin? Let's take a look at this one. So 2, 3, 4, this is 9 kung i-add ninyo, hindi po ba? So paano po ito? 6 and 7, this is 13. Tapos may 8 pa. So it means we have 21. Ano po? So 21, is 21 divisible by 9? Hindi po. So 21 divided by 9, and you will get 2 pala, sorry, 2. This is 18. And your remainder is 3. So pwede niyo pong gawin yan. So as you can see, meron po kayong remainder. Or what you can do is 9 and 21, you will get 30. Add nyo po lahat ng digits, magiging 30 po siya. Divide nyo po by 9, and you will get an answer na 3, remainder 3. Yung ganito po kasing rule ng divisibility will help you become faster. Kasi imagine po, dividing a very large number, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. What if yung binigay sa inyong item ay 9 or 12 digits? So it will be time consuming if you will have to manually divide. Mabuti na lang kung mababa yung numbers, madaling ma-remember yung division. What if medyo matataas yung numbers? So, divisibility rules will really help you to be able to solve faster. Alalahanin po natin na may time limit po. Sorry, the correct answer is Option 4. Alalahanin po natin na may time limit po yung ating exam. So, dapat pag sumasagot po tayo, yes, Sir Simon, I can see your name. Pag sumasagot po tayo ay dapat mabilis and efficient. So, it's not just being very, very fast. And it's not just being correct. So, you have to combine the two together. Fast and correct. That's being efficient. So, ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng pagiging efficient? Huwag niyo pong kunin yung pinakamaganda or pinakabonggang solution kung mabagal rin lang naman po kayo. Huwag din naman po kayo masyadong nagmamadali kung nagiging careless din naman po kayo. Find that sweet spot in between where you are working fast but still efficient na correct pa rin po yung answers ninyo. Remember po ha, na hindi lang po math yung sasagutan natin. Masyado po maraming items. So, if you feel na masyado kayong matagal sa isang item, skip niyo po muna, lipat po muna kayo dun sa kabilang item, baka mas mabilis kayo dun. Sayang po kasi kung nakakain ng oras niyo sa iisang item lang naman, hindi po ba? Mahaba po kasi yung test eh, ganun po yun. Ayan, can we see some posts na po on item number 7? Ayan, so Team Skinner, yes, Ms. Marivic, this is still covered pa rin naman sa Gen Ed. Although, we cannot tell kung ilang items po yung lumalabas na math doon sa Gen Ed. Depende po kasi. Minsan marami, minsan konti din naman. So, we really can't tell. Okay, may answer na si Ms. Kathy. Anyway, okay rin naman po yan na nahahasa po yung brain natin mag-think. Okay. So, an electric range uses 12,200 watts per hour and is run for an average of 60 hours a year. How many kilowatt hours is this? So we have, of course, you have your 12, 1, 2, 200 watts per hour, tapos meron kang 60 hours. So ano pong gagawin natin? Siyempre, multiply lang naman natin yan, di ba? So, ayan. So, para mabilis po mag-multiply, start by getting rid of the zeros, tapos ilagay na po natin yung tatlong zero dyan. Huwag nyo na pong isolve yung zero, ha? Diretso na po yan sa baba. Now, we just have to deal with 1, 2, 2 times 6, and that is going to be 7, 3, 2. Tapos wonder ka, oh, wala yung answer ko dito sa choices. Kasi naman po, this is by watts per hour. Yung hinahanap po natin is kilowatt hours. Ano po ba yung kilowatt hours? Kilowatt hours is by thousands, right? So, when you are reading problems, especially problem solving, make sure that your units of measure are in sync. Kung ano po yung unit measure na hinahanap, yun din po yung ibigay. Ayan, watts per hour, tapos kilowatt hours. So, dahil kilo po, yung given is watts, pero yung hinihingi natin is kilo, medyo bababa po siya. So, we need to remove or we need to move 3 decimal places from the right, pabalik dito. So, dahil puro zero lang naman siya, so it will become 732.000 or simply 732. Ayan po. Minsan, yung answer na binibigyan ninyo, hindi rin naman nagmamatch kasi iba yung unit na hinihingi, iba yung binibigay. So, pakatandaan po, huwag ibigay ang hindi hinihingi. Kasi kahit gaano pa kaganda yung binibigay mo, kung hindi yun yung kinakailangan, nasasayang din lang. Ano po? Sige. Item number 8. Pa-share naman po ng answer natin dito sa item number 8. Ano po yung answer ninyo sa item number 8? Please share. Oh, quite a lot of you are getting the correct answer po sa item number 7. That's good to know. By the way, if at some point you are still confused with an item, please let me know. We'll take the time to repeat the discussion. Medyo mabagal po talaga yung, or more time po yung binibigay natin sa pag-discuss ng mock test kasi this is your last few sessions. So, kailangan, yung importante po naiintindihan ninyo. I don't have to bombard you with the concept. It's more of making sure that you understand. Ayan. So, I'm receiving answers like 3 and 4. Meron ding 2. Oh, interesting. Sige. So, let's call some terms first. So, this is ones. This is tens with an S sa dulo. This is hundreds, thousands. This is 10,000s, and this is 100,000s. So lahat po yan sila nag-end ng S. Pero ito po yung nasa decimal side. They end with THS. So we start here with tenths with the THS. This is hundredths with the THS. And this is thousands with the THS. Yung parang ones po is ito na kasi yung decimal eh. So sa left side, nagsa-start sa ones with an S, tens with an S, hundreds with an S. Yung right side, nagsiskip tayo sa 1, diretso tayo sa 10 with an HS. Hundreds with an THS. Ganun po yun. So ano po ba yung hinahanap sa atin? Yung hinahanap po sa atin ay hundreds because it ends with an S. So we're dealing with the items on the left. Ayun po. So, hundreds, tens, ones, tens, ito, hundreds. Off to the nearest hundreds. So kung hundreds, dapat dito po yung ating answer. So we need to adjust yung nasa right niya, which is 7. 7 is more than 5 and up. So ibig sabihin magpa-plus 1 po tayo dito. So our correct answer should be 345,700. It's option 3. Ms. Marivic, clarify lang po natin yan later kung ano po yung access natin sa downloading. I am not personally sure kung ano po yung ang rules sa majorship lang din. Kasi this is more on Gen Ed. Pero baka accessible din naman po sa inyo. If not, you have full access naman sa Facebook for the first hour. Yung second hour, paki-clarify po sa Facebook group niyo. Doon po yan mas masasagot na maayos. Ayan. So, item number 8 is option 3. Recall po natin yung terms ha. Ones, tens, hundreds. Tapos yung sa kabila is tenths, hundreds. Ayan po. So, medyo confusing po kasi yan minsan yung mga decimals and yung mga terms. I mean, marunong din naman po tayo mag-round off. Madali lang naman mag-round off Yung problem kadalasan is, how do you know exactly which digit are you going to round off? Ayan. Nagtatanong ng drinks. Kape po. Kailangan po natin ng kape para mabuhay po yung ating isip, kaluluwa at diwa. May sagot na po ba tayo dito sa item 9? Ayan. So for item number 9, I think I'm receiving a couple of answers already. Patingin naman if tama kaya yung answer natin. Is your answer correct? Which of the following numbers? Oh, I'm seeing iba-iba na yung answer natin. Interesting. Merong option 2, option 3, option 1. So ano kaya? Very, very interesting. Recall yung divisibility rules. Ayan po, divisibility rules po natin. Thank you din po, Ms. Marivic. Good luck po sa exam ninyo. Ayan. Which of the following numbers is divisible by 6? So how to know if it's divisible by 6? Remember your divisibility rules. If a number is divisible by 6, dapat divisible din siya sa factors ng 6. Ano po ba yung factors ng 6? So you have 2 and 3. Kasi diba 2 times 3 is 6. So dapat yung numbers dito are also divisible by both 2 and 3. Start with 2. Paano mo ba malalaman if a number is divisible by 2? Then dapat even siya. Which means this one is no longer an option because it's odd. Everything else is even. Now let's just take a look at option here, divisible by 3. How do you know if something is divisible by 3? So, divisible po siya by 3, madali lang po siya. I think sa mga exams, common po lumalabas is yung divisibility by 3. Malalaman po ninyo yan, you don't have to divide each of them. You simply have to add all the digits and make sure that it's divisible by 3. So this one, 2 and 4, that's 6. Divisible na siya by 3, right? 7 and 8, that's 15. Oh, it's also divisible by 3. Parang ito yata yung final answer natin. That might be our final answer. If nagmamadali po kayo at nahanap nyo na yung final answer dyan, sagot nyo na po. Pero kung may extra time pa po kayo, let's examine the others. This one is 3 already. This one is 9. Pero may sobra kang 2. So, hindi siya. Ito po ay, this is already 3. This is 9. Okay siya. May sobra kang 5, not divisible by 3. So, ayan po. So, yung divisibility rule po ng 3 is, at sabi po ni Lauoy ay, similar lang po sa 9. Nga lang, yung 3 should be divisible by 3 din, yung sum. Kasi 3 siya. Yung 9, divisible by 9 din, yung sum. Silang dalawa lang po yung may ganyang rule. Si 3 at saka si 9. Okay po? Yung 6 po iba. Yung i-follow niyo po kay 6 is yung divisibility rule ni 3 at saka at the same time, it should be even. So the correct answer for item number 9 should be option 2. Ayan. Let's take a look at item number 10. Pasensya na po ulit if I cannot really write properly the answers ano po kasi due to the technical difficulties that I'm also facing, I cannot use the usual way of presenting that I have. So medyo ano lang po tayo ngayon. We're just making do with whatever we have. Ang importante po ay may nalilearn pa rin naman po kayo at naiintindihan pa rin naman po niyo yung sinasabi ko. So pag lost na po kayo, just scream for help and I'll do my best to assist. So in item number 10, so many different ways to answer something like item number 10. Sometimes, if my brain is a little bit overwhelmed already with the items, I don't really analyze the item. Pag masyado na pong heavy yung brain ko, minsan po, tinitingnan ko na lang po yung options. Alin ba yung naiiba dito? So without understanding the item, you could already see, di ba? If a number is divisible by 5, then it is divisible by 10. Right? So 5 siya, smaller, and then 10 is larger. If it's divisible by 10, it's divisible by 5, larger to smaller. Number 3, option 3. If it's divisible by 3, then divisible by 6, small to large. Option 4, if a number is divisible by 4, then it is divisible by 8, small to large. Ito lang naman yung naiiba. Right? So let's understand it better. Which of the following statements is true? Ibig sabihin, if you are divisible by a certain number, say 10, then divisible ka din sa lahat ng factors ng 10. Ano ba yung factors ng 10? 1 and 10. Yung mga numbers na pag minumultiply mo, nakakuha mo yung 10. So you have 1 and 10, and you also have 2 and 5. So if a number is divisible by 10, then it should also be divisible by 2 and 5. Ayan po. So if a number is divisible by 6, it should also be divisible by 2 and 3. If a number is divisible by 8, it should also be divisible by 4 and 2. Not the other way around. Kapag divisible siya by 4, it doesn't mean that a number bigger than 4 is also divisible. Hindi po ganun. So you can start from the larger one. Kung kaya siyang i-divide ng mas malaki, then everything else inside that big one, pwede niyo pong isama. Parang ganoon po siya. So the correct answer for item number 10 is option 2. So you have more questions or clarifications, please let me know para po ma-address natin lahat ng mga questions natin. Ano po? Let's take a look at item number 11. Kindly share your solution po. Ayan. Sige. It's good to know that quite a lot of you are actually getting the same correct solution for item number 10. So I think we have, maybe we could discuss one more item before we end the first hour. So for the first hour po, yun lang po yung access ng mga viewers natin from Facebook. And then the rest of the session is only available for those who are members na po ng mga groups natin. So kung hindi po natin maabutan yung end ng discussion na to, I would just like to say in advance to everyone who's here tonight, may you have the best of luck and blessings na lang po sa inyong actual na examination. Rest po talaga kayo before ng exam ninyo. Yun po, yung mga last few days po, last weekend, huwag na po kayo magpaka-stress ng review. I-rest niyo po yung brains niyo kasi if overly tired yung brains niyo, hindi po kayo makakapag-isip ng maayos. Practice po kayo before pa ng exam. po. So sa language po namin, pas-pas na before ng actual test. But the weekend before, take a rest. Item number 11. Ayan. So this is one of my favorite things to discuss because I've noticed that it is also a little bit common in your examinations. Sa civil service exam man yan or sa LEP. Parang favorite po talaga nilang i-include yung item that deals with this. So what is this about? So 247 is 20% of what number? So this is dealing with your percentage, right? So sa percentage po, meron po tayong yung tinatawag po nating mahiwagang triangle sa percentage. So, what we have is, yung percentage po, meron tayong P dito sa taas, that's your percentage or the portion of a whole. And then sa baba, meron po tayong B for the base and then R for the rate. Yung P po, tandaan po yung P is yung portion. Yung B po, yung base is yung original number, yung malaking number. R is yung decimal, percent, or naka-fraction. Yung percentage, hindi po yun yung mga percent ha. The P percentage here refers to the portion of a whole. Ano po ba yung mga keywords natin? Obviously, pag may makita po kayong percent, decimal or fraction, yun na po yung ating R. R po yung tawag dyan. R po yung mga percent, decimal, tsaka fraction. Automatic po R na po agad yan. Another thing, pag may makita po kayong of, automatic po, base yan. Kasunod po ng of is always the base. Always po. And of course, whatever you have here, this is just a small portion of a whole, and this is going to be your P. So ano po, yung solution na gagamitin natin dito, yung hinahanap po natin is B. So we need to solve with B is equal to what? Yung P, ito po yung B, yung P ay nasa taas ng R. So it should be P over R. So it should be, ano po yung P natin? 247 over 20% in decimal form is 0.2. Yes, tama po yan, Ms. Rebecca. So it should be 247 over 0.2. Or 247 divided by 2 tapos dagdag ng 0. So the correct answer here is option 2. So, potentially magkakamali po kayo dito if hindi po ninyo nalagay ng maayos ng decimal or mali po yung pagkaka-identify ninyo ng percentage versus base. So, yun lang po yung only possible way na magkamali kayo dito. If hindi nyo nalagay properly yung decimal or mali yung pagkakaintindi nyo ng P at B. So, what if nagdududa ka between 2 or 4? Alin yung correct answer? Tandaan po ninyo that your P is a portion, smaller portion of your whole base. Dapat mas mababa po si P compared kay B. Always. Mas malaki po yung base. Maliit lang po si P kasi portion lang po siya. Ano po? So, portion, it should be smaller than your base. So, this should be your base. It can't be this. Kasi mas maliit na siya eh. Dapat mas maliit si P. So, may mga ganyan po tayong pwedeng basehan. Ano po? So, let's take a look at item number 12. So, numerical reasoning pa rin naman po tayo. Let's see if we can do it this way. Ayan, better siya. Simplify. I did not use the proper way of writing the radical symbol po dito ha. Kasi po, minsan po kasi yung test item ninyo, hindi rin po kagandahan yung pagsulat ng ng mga fractions tsaka ng radicals. Ayaw ko naman po nasanayin kayo sa correct notation talaga. Tapos pagdating ng exam, medyo simplistic yung way nila of writing. Baka ma-confuse po kayo at maghanap kayo. So this one is supposed to be, di ba, meron po tayong complete hat dito. Parang ganyan, to indicate the radical. Pero minsan po kasi, yung ginagamit nilang font sa exam ninyo ay parang ganito lang po. Wala po siyang bar sa taas. So pag nakakita po kayo ng ganito, kahit ganito lang, radical pa rin po yan. So, sanayin na po yung selves ninyo. Sometimes po, kompleto yan. Sometimes hindi. So, familiarize na po tayo dito. Okay? So, let's take a look at this one. And hopefully, we could also recall some of the rules in ating radicals. Right? So, one thing that you can remember, pag-type pala na answers natin, I am already seeing Answers from Kathleen and Lau Uy. Ayan. So remember po that in radicals, you could only combine them if they're similar. Para po siyang variable. Parang si x. Di ba po, kapag pareho pong x, pwede niyo pong i-add yung whole number. Kapag x tsaka y, hindi niyo po pwedeng i-add kasi magkaiba sila. Yun din po yung rule sa radicals. So looking at this, your radicals here are, you have 2, meron kang 4, tsaka meron kang 8. So yung unang papasok sa mind mo, ay magkaiba sila, siguro hindi sila pwedeng i-add. However, they can still be simplified. So paano po ba yan? Let's start with this one. So this is 3, and then square root of, ano po ba yung 8? 8 is, that's 2 squared times 2. Ayan, 2 squared times 2 po yan. And then, let's continue. Let's simplify po yung pwedeng masimplify. And ayun sinulat ni Lauwe. Plus 5. Tapos, meron po tayong square root of 4. Eh, ano ba yung 4? 4 is 2 squared. Ayan. Tapos, finally, we have plus 3 square root of, ano po ba yung 2? Wala na pong simplified form si 2 eh. It's as simple as it gets. So, ganyan na po siya. So, now let us rewrite a few of the things that we have here. So, we now have 3. Yung 2 squared po, kasi yung squared po, tsaka yung radical, nakakancel siya, diba? Yung square root, tsaka yung square nakakancel. So, pwede po siyang lumabas dyan sa radical. So, matitira sa loob ay yung isang 2 na lang. Ito lang po yung pwedeng lumabas. Siya lang yung lalabas. May multiply po dyan, ha? Okay. Next, let's have plus 5. Tapos, ayun din po, pwede rin pong lumabas si 2. So, may times 2 rin po tayo dito. Tapos, ito as is lang po kasi wala rin naman tayo magagawa dyan. So, 3 squared of 2. So, what do we have here? We end up having 6 square root of 2 plus 10. Kasi 5 times 2 po. Plus 3 square root of 2. So, alin kaya dito yung correct answer? So, we could already tell that this is out of question. Kasi you're supposed to have 10. Ayan. So, ano na yung mangyayari dito? 6 square root of 2 and 3 square root of 2. Kapag pareho po yung radical nila, pwede nyo na po itong i-combine. Yung 6 and... Sandali. Tama ba yung pinagagawa ko dito? Ba't parang may kulang? Ayun, 9. So, 6 and 3, that's 9 square root of 2. Our correct answer is, ayan, option 2. So, the correct answer is indeed option 2. Marami pa na ako. Miss Rebecca, wala po sa isip niyo. Isa-isip niyo na po, ma'am, kasi baka lumabas. Ano po? Pero kung makalimutan man po ninyo during the actual test, ipag-pray na lang po natin na kakaunti lang yung items. Ano po? So, are we good to proceed to the next one? Would you like some clarification? Tandaan po natin na yung radicals, you can only add the numbers outside if your radicals are the same. Kapag magkaiba po sila, hindi po sila pwedeng combine. Tapos pag nag-add po kayo ng radicals, yung numbers lang po sa labas, yung pwede ninyong i-combine. Yung actual radical na square root of 2 is retained. Hindi po siya nagbabago. Yung numbers lang po sa labas ang kino-combine natin. Ano po? Wow naman. Ano po, nakaset na po talaga yan na 40 items sa CSE. Wala na po tayong choice dyan. Sa let lang po na hindi tayo sure kung ilan. Pero sa CSE, sure na po tayo. It's always 40. Simon, balikan po natin yan mamaya. Bibigyan ako mamaya ng more items on radicals. So, hold on to that lang. So yung keyword lang natin ha, pag radicals, dapat pareho yung radical sa loob para pwede siyang i-add. Kapag magkaiba, hindi pwede. Ayan. Ito ha. So, pa-post po ng answer natin. Baka meron na po kayong sagot sa next item natin dyan. Pa-share lang po. So, that's item number 13. I think I'm seeing a couple pa lang. Padagdag pa po, meron nag-answer ng 4, may nag-answer din ng 2. Alin kaya dyan ang tamang sagot? Medyo iba po yung answers natin. That's a bit interesting. So, ano ngayon? Bakit medyo magkaiba ang ating sagot? Okay, let's take a look. So, quite a lot of you are answering 2. Tapos, I think may nakita ko kaninang 4 ba yun? Ano? Wala ako. Ay, tama, 4. So, I'm seeing a lot of familiar names here. Ayan. So, but more on to yung sagot natin. So, ano kaya? Ayan, balik na naman tayo sa percentage-based rate. So, identify po natin ha, yung mahiwagang equation natin, P, B, R. So, P po sa taas, tapos yung BR magkatabi sa baba. So, first and foremost, label everything. Look for your keywords para malaman po ninyo kung ano po yung nararapat na label niya. Off. Pag may nakitang off, automatic, base. Okay? And then, ano po ito? This is just a small portion of your whole, that is your percentage. Siyempre, yung hinaharap natin, what percent, and nakikita rin naman po natin sa choices na may percent siya dyan, obviously, we're looking for your rate. So, rate. Ano po yung equation ng rate natin? Makikita po natin na si P ay nasa taas ni B. Paano po ma-differentiate yung P tsaka kay B? Si P, the portion is always lower than the B whole. Ayan. So, yun po yung indicator natin. So, P over B. So, ano na po yan? That is 139 over 556, which is actually 1/4, or in other terms, that is your 25%. If you got 4, nagkabaliktad po yung P tsaka B ninyo. Tandaan po natin, yung kasunod ng of is always the B. And P is most of the time, not all the time po, smaller siya. Basta look for your keywords po. Kapag fraction, percent, or decimal, automatic rate. Kapag kasunod po ng of, base po yun. Okay po? So, pag naghahanap ng base, may of. Yan. Sige. Are we good? Let's have item number 14 rather. Okay. Evaluate. This time it's fractions. So when you're adding or subtracting fractions, parehong-pareho din naman po siya sa rules natin doon sa radicals din po. If similar yung fractions mo, ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng similar? Pareho po yung denominator. Ayan. Pag similar yung fractions, pwede mo silang i-add or i-subtract. Kapag dissimilar, magkaiba, hindi rin pwede. So, kailangan mong gawin is convert nyo muna siya sa similar fraction. Mag-anap kayo ng LCD, ganyan. So, ganoon ba kahirap yung item na to? Kailangan ba nating mag-LCD? O baka kailangan lang natin ng kaunting diskarte? So, ayan. Minsan po, remember po ha, that when answering, you have to look for the most efficient solution. Efficient po is yung mabilis, pero tama. So, perfect balance ng dalawa. Hindi masyadong mabilis na nagiging careless, and hindi rin masyadong maganda yung equation na sobrang bagal nyo na po mag-solve. So, perfect balance between the two. So, most of your answering, hala, bakit may B? Wala pong B. Most of your answering, Sir Becca, ba't po 129 over 556? I think iba po yung numerator ninyo sa previous item. Ayan. So, For item number 14, medyo diskarte lang po ang kinakailangan natin dito. Sige. Let me change. Ito na lang po gamitin natin. Usually po talaga hindi ako gumagamit ng ng red kasi hindi siya conducive sa learners actually, yung red. So I'll just use a purple. So what can we do? Whole numbers. Usually when I'm adding mixed numbers, I add separately yung whole numbers. So this gives us 4. Sorry. Oh my gosh, nangyari sa math ko. Masyado ko nagmamadali. Ayan. So this is 3. 1 plus 2 is 3. Ayan. Tapos, meron pa ba tayong pwedeng ma-add? Look at this. You have 3/4 and then a 1/4. This is, of course, 1. Ano po? Tama po, di ba? So you already have 3, 1. Ano na lang yung natira? Ano na lang hindi pa natin nagagamit? So, hindi na lang nagagamit is yung 1/2. So, what answer are we expecting? 3, 1, and 1/2. In total, that is 4 and 1/2 or option 3. So, sa mga medyo iba po yung sagot, pakitingin po saan po kaya tayo, saan po nag-differ yung answer ninyo. So, be very, very careful po in looking at this. This should be item number 94 in your mock test. Ano po? So, questions, clarifications po, are we good? Or kailangan na po natin ng kaunting revision dyan? Hopefully, hindi na po. Okay po ba tayo? So, diskarte po ha. Hindi sa lahat ng oras ay kailangan nating mag-LCD, LCM. Kung pwede rin naman tayo makahanap ng shortcuts that would make solving a little bit easier and faster, do it. Okay? Efficient ways po tayo. Let's have item number 15. In item number 15, ano po yung ating answer? A homeowner can rent a chainsaw from a rental agency at $2,700 a day. The brand new of the same saw can be bought. Saan po nanggaling yung 1 sa 3/4 and 1/2? Hindi po yung 3/4 and 1/2. 3/4 and 1/4 po yun. 3/4 po yung nasa umpisa, tapos yung nasa dulo, 1/4. So, nagiging 1 siya. Yung 1/2 po nasa gitna, huli ko na po yung ginawa. So, paki-review niyo po yung item. I hope nakuha po natin siya. 3/4 tsaka 1/4 po yun. Kaya naging 1. Okay. Interesting. Item number. Sige. So let's take a look. It's possible pa na medyo magkaiba yung answer niyo dito kasi medyo tricky po ito. This is item number 95 in the test. Okay, that's good, Ms. Rebecca. Number 15. You should always really look at the item. Kasi I'm sure alam niyo po i-solve. Pero minsan, mako-confuse po kayo doon sa final question. Ano po? Ayan. So, solve muna natin. I'm sure that you got how to deal with the number of days. Yung confusion niyo most likely lies on the final question kung alin ba talaga yung hinahanap. So, let's take a look again. A homeowner can rent a chainsaw from a rental agency at $2,700 a day. The brand new of the same saw can be bought for $18,900. So, yung buy po, pag bibili po tayo, that is, alam po natin na that's $18,900. Kapag rent lang po, so kung gusto niyo pong malaman lang naman kung kailan ba siya nagbe-break even, yung term po dyan sa business is break even. Kailan po ba nagmamatch? So what you need to do is 18,900. I-divide yun lang po siya doon sa presyo na 2,700. Yung answer po na makukuha niyo dyan ay ilan po? Ano po yung answer natin dito? What's 18,900 divided by 7? Divided by 27,009. Sinabi ko na po. It's 7, right? So it takes 7 days. Para mag-perfect match po siya talaga, di ba? So after 1 week, yung binili mo, nag-match na siya sa rent, right? So alam po natin na 7 days siya. Yung tanong, ano ba yung hinahanap ng question talaga? Kasi minsan, di ba, yung sagot na nakuha natin, hindi pa yun yung hinahanap talaga. So take a look at the question very carefully. How many days could the homeowner rent the saw before renting would cost more than buying? Translate po natin. Ilang araw po ba niya pwedeng rentahan bago siya maging more than? Before maging more than. So ano po yung hinahanap natin? Nag-more than na or hindi pa nag-more than? What do you think? Look at the question carefully. For how many days could the homeowner rent the saw before renting would cost more than buying? So yung hinahanap po ninyo ay bago siya maging mas mahal. Ano po ba yung ibig sabihin ng bago siya maging mas mahal? Mahal na ba o hindi pa? Before it would cost more. So kung before pa siya nag-more, more na ba yun? Kasi before eh. For example, aalis ako ngayon. Tapos, bukas, kunwari. Before maging bukas. Ano ba yung before maging bukas? Bukas na ba yun o ngayon? So pag sinabi mong before maging more, that is not yet more. So that is just, you're looking for the break-even point. So you are not yet looking for the more. Before maging more. So the correct answer po is 3 pa rin. So some of you might have answered 4 kasi nakita niyo yung more than. Pero yung hinahanap is before it would become more than. So may before pa po tayong factor. Before siya sumobra. Kasi naging perfect pa po siya sa 7 days eh. So the correct answer here po is indeed option 3. So go over po ninyo carefully ulit yung problem, yung question. And pa-clarify lang po if na-confuse pa rin po kayo sa before at sa more. When in doubt, you could always translate. Kasi mathematics is a language, but you could always translate that to a language that you could relate in, na naiintindihan po ninyo para mas ma-appreciate nyo yung item. So it says, for how many days could the homeowner rent the saw before renting would cost more than buying? Yes, patama po, Sir Cesar. 2,700 times 7 is 18,900. But I think yung issue po dito is not about solving that part, but understanding kung hinahanap ba natin ay yung before or yung sumobra na. So, dyan lang naman po pwedeng pagkatalo yung mga items natin. Ano po? So, the correct answer is option 3.